What is up, New York Jets fans of all teams all around the world, but especially in the tri-state area? This is the Midnight Mike Show coming to you from the Long Island Sound, and I am your host, Midnight Mike. We have another game coming up. It seems like just misery every weekend, and as you get closer and closer to Sunday, that foreboding feeling just washes over you like a dark cloud, knowing what is going to end up happening on Sunday with the 2025 New York Jets. By far the worst team in the National Football League. The Jets going for the first draft pick, clearly just really fighting for it, which is, I don't know how I feel about that, because as a Jets fan who never roots for the tank, I feel like the Jets are purposely, like Maddie has said over and over again, the Jets are purposely going for the tank. And until Aaron Glenn and the Jets can prove us wrong, especially over the past couple weeks, where it just seems as obvious as, as it can be, how can we as Jets fans think anything else? I'm hoping that tomorrow the New York Jets get their first win, and as the episode title says, tame those Tigers, the Cincinnati Bengals, coming in with Joe Flacco, our former quarterback. Now, once again, every team pretty much can say Joe Flacco, our former quarterback. Joe Flacco, since he left the Ravens, has been one of the he's been like a nomad. He's been a traveling Wilbury. He's just all over the place. And he's on his 42nd team. The Cincinnati Bengals coming in and playing the Jets. We will see what happens. Let's start this show. Let's have a good night. Let's do it. Now, so far, I've had a great day. And I know when I've had a great day, that tomorrow the Jets will make sure to ruin that. I woke up this morning. My daughters both had soccer games. My oldest scored 2 goals in her game, which was outstanding. And, when you watch kids soccer, it's like, she's 9 years old. So nothing's pretty. The 2 goals were beautiful. She had her teammate, one of her really good friends, they're going up the field, perfect pass to my daughter, and a beautiful, solid kick into the net both times. But like I said, both goals were really, it didn't look like kids soccer. They somehow pulled off, some great goals, and my daughter scored the 2 goals for her team. Then, I got a bunch of stuff done, leaf blowing, yard work, all that stuff, just tons of stuff, went to the dump. I did so much stuff. And then just ended out, we just got back from a Halloween party, and I'm just continuing the party right now. Whoa, on the Midnight Mike Show. So cheers, everybody. If I'm feeling good tonight, it's because I spent the last 3 or so hours at a Halloween party, and it was outstanding. Cheers. But that's not the only thing to cheers, folks. I don't know if he wants to talk about it, but let's bring on my co-host because he deserves some congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, if he wants to talk about it, he can bring it to you. The Beavis to my butthead, ladies and gentlemen, Matty Jets.
What's up, everybody?
How you doing, man?
I'll be fine till 11 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Yeah, well, you know how it is, man. The Jets making you feel like shit every Sunday. It's become a nice tradition.
Hey, Scott, hey, YouTube user. Hi, boys. Yeah, they stink so bad, dude. It's just, I mean, it's like I say, I think they're tanking on purpose, and just watching this team, this makes me want to throw up. Hey, Jerome, and yeah, like right before the show started, something happened in my washer, or my laundry room is now flooded.
Oh, that's great.
So I got a little bit of time, but I may have to leave a little early to help clean up down there. But
oh, that's so frustrating.
Kate was cool. She's like, yeah, I know you have to go do your show. So, but other than that, man, life just is what it is. But yeah, just this team is so bad, and everything I read, like, I don't know if you saw this week, but Twitter was just filled with Browns fans being like, yeah, we're trading for Garrett Wilson. And I'm like, you are
that's not going to happen.
Gonna get fucking, I was like, God, you guys are dumb. What are you going to send us? Like, I think Browns fans think that the Jets really want to trade for Shedeur Sanders, and that ain't happening.
Yeah, sure. Please. I mean, don't. Please give us Shedeur Sanders. Get the fuck out of here.
I mean, if they traded him to us for like, I don't know, a 13th round pick that doesn't exist, maybe I'd think about it, but I just can't. It is what it is. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. The Rangers are sorry asses too, so I'm not real happy with them.
Well, we'll talk about all that in a second. Yeah, and the Knicks ended up getting their first win before the Jets.
We all called it. I mean, that was kind of a joke, and I was like, oh, I got a feeling.
Yeah, it was like a joke like 4 weeks ago, and then as the weeks progressed, it became more and more a reality that was what's
like this isn't funny. This just hurts.
Yeah. Real quick, guys, while you are in here, I'm going to get to these comments. Thank you so much, but please hit that thumbs up. It is free to hit that thumbs up and help me and Maddie out to get the YouTube algorithm kicking tonight, get as many people in here as possible, and I really do appreciate that. Maddie, before we do start talking about this game coming up, maybe some NFL picks for this week and all of that stuff, do you want to tell?
Nah, it's fine.
Okay, just wanted to know because okay. All right. So the Jets and the Bengals, Joe Flacco coming to play his old team. And like I said, every team is his old team. But
yeah, we were talking about that. Every Joe Flacco game is a Joe Flacco revenge game because he's played for everybody.
Yeah. But once again, I don't feel like Joe Flacco coming in and playing like somebody was like, oh, Joe Flacco revenge game.
I don't think he wants revenge.
No, he has no. Joe Flacco has no, like, I don't think he has any ill will towards the Jets.
No.
Like, why would he?
No, absolutely.
They hired him twice.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to play to win because he's a professional. But like after they win and walk up the field, he's not going to be like, yeah, that's what the fuck's up.
Yeah. He's not going to make any snide comments like Rodgers did, or even Baker Mayfield for no reason. Like, and once again, really like Baker Mayfield. He had some snide comments. I don't think that's coming from Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco's just be like, man, I hope they get better.
All right. Well, before we get into any of this stuff, let's talk about. I don't think we got to talk about. I think this happened after Monday night, but you obviously had to have seen Woody Johnson's comments on Justin Fields and Aaron Glenn.
I did not.
Okay, so he basically came out and said that he believes in Aaron Glenn. Aaron Glenn, that's his guy, and that any head coach that had a quarterback like Justin Fields would have a record like this. And now the way he worded it was any head coach that basically had to deal with an NFL quarterback with that kind of quarterback rating would be in the exact same position.
Wow, way to fucking just dump on your fucking starting quarterback. Publicly.
Correct. And a lot of people, once again, on social media have come around and given Woody Johnson tons of shit and have said, oh, how can Woody come in here? How can that make Justin Field dumping on, like you just said, dumping on your starting quarterback, this, that, and the other thing. But I'm going to go the opposite route. And once again, do I want Woody to sell the team? Absolutely. But once again, we've talked about this before. That's not up to anybody but Woody Johnson. Yeah, so, it almost feels ridiculous to, sit here and be like, he needs to sell the team, all that crap.
It seems like some serious self-sabotage.
But listen, I'm going to go a little bit of an opposite way that almost everyone else went. And I'm going to say, like, what did you want Woody to say? What did you want Woody to say? They're asking him about Aaron Glenn and Justin Fields. And Justin Fields isn't going to be here. He may be here next year, but he's not a long-term solution. He's looking at Aaron Glenn as somebody who's going to be here for 2, 3, 4 years. So if you're going to throw anyone under the bus, is it going to be Aaron Glenn? And another thing, Maddie, who can fucking blame him?
Well, yeah, no. The thing is, he's not lying.
Garbage. Yeah,
he's definitely not lying. But at the same time, it's just that's a bold move, is all I'll say. I mean, I think the problem is, I think Woody is literally thinking, well, if I do this, then maybe I'll light a fire under him. That's not your job, Woody. But it's still not a lie. I mean, it is. Hey, Travis. But it's, I mean, geez Louise, man. This team just, I forget who I was talking to, but I was like, this team just cannot get out of its own fucking way, man. Just, you can't even be not playing without fucking something up.
Absolutely. And no matter what they do. And it's like, and this is just another example of the circus that surrounds the Jets. One of the reasons why I never wanted Shedeur Sanders, because you're just adding to that circus with his family and Dion and all that.
We need another attraction under our big top.
Yeah, exactly. The freak show.
Jesus. Yeah, no, it's been very busy around here lately. I've probably missed a lot of things, but good Lord.
Tom Sawyer, thank you for being in here. Channel member comes in and says, as a Steelers fan, I'll be rooting for you guys big time. Yeah.
Well, we appreciate it, but we're going to let you
down. Guys, you guys are doing great. Hitting that like button. Thank you so much. Please continue. It is free. Subscribe if you're new. What's the difference between Fields and a bucket of shit? The bucket. Yeah, no, absolutely. Justin Fields is absolutely garbage. And what are you going to do?
We and here's the thing. We did our best to root for him. We said, hey, wouldn't it be great if you had a resurgence here, blah, blah, blah. But no.
Our First Lady Valerie comes in. She's a channel member. Thank you very much, Val. Says, let's will some confidence to Fields. I don't think we can do that. I'll be honest. Of course I want Val. I want him to have a great game. Like, I want him to have a game like he had week 1 versus Pittsburgh. But that was one game. And then every subsequent game, he's been absolute garbage. And I don't see, Maddie, how does a guy who's played 5, Tyrod had 1 start in there or something, but how does a guy who's played 5 straight shit games get his confidence back?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how that works. I mean, everything would have to break just his way, and they'd have to get the win first. But I mean, it's not going to happen. I'm sorry. And Garrett Wilson and Sauce Gardner are both out this week as well. And I mean, it's like I say, every week it seems like we lose 2 players to injury. And
agreed.
It's just this team is just an absolute void where hope goes to die. They're just terrible, man. They're just so bad. And I can't even find it in my heart to feel good about them. I mean, I'm not going to quit playing them, but that kid who said, I hate this team, he is the face of our franchise. We should franchise tag that kid.
Oh man. That video is, it
was all of us. I mean, that kid said exactly what we're all thinking.
Exactly. And I remember when I was his age, was literally that 94, 95, 96 shit show. So I know exactly how that kid feels. Like, exactly.
Yeah, it's just God, it's so bad. And you look and you're like, how does this keep happening? Like being a Jets fan is like being the wife of fucking John McClane. You're just like, at the end of Die Hard 2, how does this keep happening to us?
Doughboy comes in, says, who remembers Josh McCown? I think pretty much all of us.
Yeah.
In this, we don't have many young fans. There's other shows for super young fans. I don't think this is the one. I don't think they're going to get our 70s and 80s and 90s references that we make constantly on this show. So it'd be more like, hey, remember when Bubby Brister was our quarterback? Or hey, you're going back to those days. Frank Reich. That's what I'm thinking. No, Tyrod isn't starting. Tyrod's actually out. Tyrod is out with an injury.
I said last week, they'll put him in, he'll get hurt, and we're right back to Fields.
Well, not now. The thing is that I've been pushing for Brady Cook because once again, Fields isn't he's not going to be here past the contract that he's given. He's not. There's no way he's turning it around where the Jets offer him another contract.
Yeah, I don't see how that happens.
So Brady Cook's going to obviously be his backup tomorrow, and if he sucks, like, look, Brady Cook. I didn't even want Brady Cook. I wanted Martinez.
Yeah.
I would rather Martinez been the third string, but it's Brady Cook. So we have him on the team. Put him out there. Who the fuck cares? You can't do any worse.
The season is gone. Like, and yeah, I agree. I mean, I say this, I feel like every year. You know, this team has shown that they can lose with Fields and lose with Tyrod. Show me you can lose with Cook. Why not? I mean, I don't go into any Sunday with any kind of hope. So at least with Cook playing, I'll be like, this is kind of interesting.
Yeah, it'll be fun. At least it'll be fun to watch till he gets like buried.
You know, I might actually not play a video game while I'm watching the game.
Let's keep moving along here. Congrats to your daughter, Mikey. Thank you, man. It was awesome watching her score 2 goals. Thank you, Tom Sawyer. Hey, YouTube user. Tom Sawyer's a channel member, a paid channel member. He's not going nowhere. And we love fans from other teams. He's a Pittsburgh fan. You're a Dolphins fan. I mean, it is what it is.
By the way, though, if you're looking for a good Halloween read, this is pretty damn good.
King's Sorrow by Joe Hill. What's the premise on
that? Joe Hill is Stephen King's son, for those of you that don't know. And basically, I'm only about maybe a sixth of the way through. This kid was working at a library and runs afoul of some drug dealers, and they start making him steal rare books. And him and his friends end up summoning a dragon to take care of business. And you know how those Faustian bargains work, and it doesn't go well. And I don't want to say too much, but
did you even start the new Fright Night?
I read a couple of pages, but then I got into this.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, I'll get to it. But what's funny is being Stephen King's son, there's a Dead Zone Easter egg. You remember the Dead Zone?
Yeah.
And one of the kid's grandfathers collects weird things, and in his cabinet is the gun that John Smith used to shoot at Greg Stilson.
Oh, I know. I don't know enough about it to know all the characters.
The main character Christopher Walken tries to shoot Martin Sheen.
I know of the book. I never saw the movie.
Oh, then never mind.
Yeah, sorry, man. But hey, people in the chat.
Those of you that know, it's just a cool little callback to the Dead Zone, which I mean that book's like 40-something years old now. So it's just kind of cool that he can get away with that because of who his dad is, and he can actually like shoehorn shit like that in for a little wink and a nod. So it's kind of fun.
YouTube user comes in and says your Halloween costume should be a Jets football player. Scary as shit. Maddie said he's going to wear a Sanchez jersey with some stab wounds and blood coming out.
Right, and I'm just going to wander around the neighborhood drunk.
I think that's that. If I had a Sanchez jersey, I think I would definitely, that would be my costume this year.
I got to make sure that I have like some like water soluble blood. Like I don't want to ruin the jersey because it's actually really nice, authentic, but I still got to work that night anyways.
No, Scott. No, you may not. Flacco's going to light it up tomorrow.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah. that's what we're expecting.
Like, being a Jets fan is like being on death row from like Monday to Saturday. You know, the chair is tomorrow.
That's exactly what my pinned tweet is on my Twitter account. Me talking about that like a year ago, saying about how ladies need to get if you want a loyal man, find yourself a Jets fan.
Yeah, 100%. There's no question. Super mega ass cheeks.
Jim says you roasted me for defending Zach Wilson. Not he's great.
Not that he's great. Well, yeah, but I mean, you know, here's the problem.
I don't want Zach Wilson. I wouldn't if he was up tomorrow, like, oh, sign me. I wouldn't want him back.
No, I mean that's the thing. I mean, just because a quarterback is worse than another quarterback doesn't mean that we can improve our situation with somebody who sucks a little less. You know, Fields isn't going to win us any games, but neither is Zach Wilson. So,
yeah. Woody threw Fields under the bus. Absolutely. Oh my God, sell the team. I agree, Kenny. But once again, it's like that. That's like it's you're just screaming to get a deaf person's attention.
We just got to get him to say something really, really racist to a hooker, and then the league will make it.
That'll be easy.
God, so bad.
Woody's foot in his mouth as usual. Hey, Chris, there you are. Midnight Mike, Matty Jets, everyone hoping all is well with everything. Go Jets. Love you all. Like, support, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate that a lot. Duke of Just Do It. Hell yeah, man. Skull. Woody's right, but he was the one that signed off on Fields.
Yeah, but I mean, that was the best available too. I mean, let's be honest. At
Was
the beginning, yeah. Who else was it?
You mean Joe in section 104 with a personalized jersey?
He doesn't have an agent, so we couldn't sign him.
Oh, okay.
That's the only reason.
Because at this point, I'll take someone from the stands.
Dude, I'm like, can we do like one of those invincible things that they did where Mark Wahlberg tries out for the team or something? Like,
can we get Mark Wahlberg?
Can we get Jamie Foxx? I want Willie Beeman.
No, dude, I am 100%, Maddie. We need to sign Chad Powers.
I would sign Chad Powers.
We need to sign Chad Powers. That show is outstanding. Did you end up getting to watch that 5th episode?
I started it, and then like for whatever reason, Hulu was acting wonky, and it's back. So I'm just gonna watch them back to back this week.
Hey, Mike, Maddie. Hey, Travis. How you doing? I know he said
Trav.
that earlier. I'm trying to catch up in these comments.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna just watch them back to back because by the time like Hulu started working, it was like really late. I don't know why. I think people crashed Hulu a little bit watching Chad Powers that night.
It's a possibility. Mine came on
talking about it,
dude. I went in at exactly like 12:01 a.m. and went right to Chad Powers and watched it. I had to. Anyone who has not watched it, it's the dumbest, stupidest show ever.
And
but
you just love it.
Legendary. Yeah,
it's fall in love with it straight away.
It's so good. There was something that happened right in the first 2 minutes that had me laughing on the most recent episode, and I forget what it was. It was on par with that first 2 minutes of the very first episode where he punches that dad or pushes that dad over
that won me over so fast.
It was so funny.
So yeah, it's funny, and it's not annoying is the thing. It doesn't preach to you. It doesn't, it's just, it is what it is. And the guy who plays Chad Powers is actually in the new Running Man that's coming out on the 14th of next month. So that's kind of cool too.
Cousin Kenny comes in talking about that viral kid. Oh yeah, I feel sorry for that kid. The pain in his face, and he's so young. Well, we were all there, Cousin Kenny.
And there's no escape. I mean, it's just going to be that way. And I swore I wasn't going to buy any more Jets merchandise, but I forgot that this month is Intercept Cancer Month or whatever, the Crucial Catch stuff.
Yeah.
So I bought a hoodie for that.
Nice. I usually try to get one of the what are they? The troop ones, the support.
The military ones.
Yeah, but this year's I saw like the preview for it, and I just wasn't hot on the way it looked. But thank you, Chris. I appreciate that. I definitely appreciate that. I don't know how I, as a Dolphins fan, ended up here either. Well, at least you're not. You please troll. Do us a favor. Troll like YouTube user and Scott Black, because they're both Dolphins fans too. They like to come in here and troll and yell at our normal, Jets fans in here. And I hope all the Jets fans in here, like the people that are like, oh, get Kenny out of here, get this person out of here. I hope they understand that these guys are just trolls, and we welcome trolling.
Yeah, we have a good time. I mean, like I say, there's nothing you can say about the Jets that I haven't said louder, angrier, and drunker. They're so bad. They're just so fucking bad. Laker Nation, what's up, buddy?
That's the thing. If you're, as long as you're coming in here, you're not. We've talked about this before. As long as you're not dropping racial slurs or the English cigarette word for the homosexuals, or doxing people, those are the things that will get you timed out. Other than that, you want to come in, talk shit to Jets fans, talk shit to me and Maddie, feel free. It is what it is. Eagle Thrasher, Jets will win, but I like Flacco, who's the home team. So what is that?
I think he's asking if it's in Jersey or not. I think it's in Cincy, isn't it?
I think it is, because we were home last week, so usually it changes out.
I can look.
I can pull it up. I have the schedule. There we go.
Yeah, they're in Cincy.
Yep. And then a bye week, which we love bye weeks, by the way, because it's a week that we know the Jets will not lose.
Yeah,
So
it's so funny, man. You know what makes me laugh though? So many people I work with, Matt Wilson, holler at back, buddy. Thank you. Um, is that so many people at my job don't realize that the Jets haven't won a game yet? Like, because they're because I on my duty belt I have a little mini Jets helmet. They're like, oh yeah, how's that going? I'm like, they suck so bad. They're like, oh, they're not as bad as the Raiders. I'm like, you have a win. Shut up.
yeah,
Like, you do
no
not
one,
get to
no
tell
one,
me
yeah,
that your season is worse than mine when you have a win. I don't care how you got it. I don't care if you beat up somebody by 1 point. You have one win, which is more than my team is.
real quick, while a lot of you guys are in here, hit that like button. It helps me and Maddie out, and it's free. Subscribe if you're new. But this Wednesday night coming up, I've been asked this many times, Mike, do an all-nighter. Mike, do an all-nighter. It's finally happening. Midnight Mike Show's Halloween sleepover, Wednesday, October 29th into the next morning. I'm going to look to go 12 hours if I can pull that off, but I guarantee you it will be the longest Midnight Mike Show live broadcast that I've ever done. Football talk, horror movie watch-alongs, and so much more. We are going to be watching George A. Romero's Night of the Living Dead. It will be right on the screen. You will not have to sync it up or anything like that. It is royalty free, part of the public domain. So we are going to have a blast watching that. I have another movie that we may watch. I have other fun Halloween stuff to talk about and watch. It's going to be a blast, and we'll see how long I can go this Wednesday night. It's going to be interesting. And by the way, this is just a test. If this is completely bombs, which it very much could, then I don't have to do it again. And anytime people come in here and go, hey, Mike, why don't you go all night? Why don't you? Because you didn't show up. And I don't expect it to have, like we have now, like 40 to 50, live viewers. I don't expect that. But if we can keep it like throughout the night, where there's like 5-10 people who stick with me, it doesn't have to be all night, but just like people coming in and out. I'll do it again sometime. Let me get back to these comments real quick. Oops. Okay, I'm gonna have to skip ahead, guys, real quick. Go Jets. Thank you for being in here, Dr. Cornelius. Kenny in here. The good news for y'all is that Zach Taylor only runs up the score on the Raiders.
That says Ratbirds.
Oh, dude, I don't have my readers on. Give me a fucking break. I've been drinking. YouTube users pointed out several times that I'm a drunk. That's fine.
I was going to say them. What's wrong with that? Look at our team. What do you think we're going to do?
Justin Fields is greater than Zach Wilson. I mean,
yeah, it's like
we're
being
both
the
shit.
Waitress at Denny's, though.
They're both shit. Mikey getting fucked up. Real quick before we get, I want to do some picks. Real quick before we get into this. Ryan is in here. Go Pack, go, and Aaron Rodgers sucks. Oh yeah, they're playing. See, that'll be an interesting game.
Is that an afternoon game? Like a late
I don't know. No, I think it's a prime time because I remember saying because the Packers and the Steelers are playing in prime time. The Jets and the Steelers open the season. That I said I think it was on Monday, that they announced this schedule before Aaron Rodgers was signed with the Steelers.
But
the NFL knew. They knew the whole fucking time.
Cool.
Charge up those Clippers after win. That mop is getting cut. Maddie does not have a mop.
I would love to, but it's funny, man, because people are talking. They are commenting. They're like, "Wow, I have never seen you with this much hair."
I like this. Ryan, Devils are in first place. Yeah, in the entire league.
Oh, now you're a Devils fan. Okay, welcome him into your fan base. Have the fucking chotch ball.
Let me talk about this real quick, Maddie. I seriously, when I saw this schedule, and I looked at us opening the season, Carolina Hurricanes, Toronto Maple Leafs, Florida Panthers, even the Blue Jackets who just missed out on the playoffs. Who else? I mean, every team we have played aside from our last game against the Sharks, and then our next two games are back-to-back games versus the Avalanche, which I'm scared that this could kind of send the Devils down a shitty hole that I don't want to go down. But I'll tell you what, I was expecting even at best 4-4 maybe, and here we are at 7-1, first place in the entire league. And Maddie, I couldn't be happier with this start. And I know it can come crashing down at any time.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be happy with it too. I'm like I said before, I thought that the Rangers were playing for next year's free agent class, which has all the good players have been signed. So I don't know what the plan is, but another high draft pick maybe.
Well, Maddie, I'll tell you this. I see a lot of people like I've been watching a lot of just standard hockey power rankings week to week. The most recent one I watched, the most recent few I've watched, people still have a lot of faith in the Rangers.
I know, and I don't understand it. I mean, they've improved a little bit, but like how could you not improve from last year? And I've seen the same things you've seen where like they're giving them, A tier rankings and shit. And I'm like, are you insane? Like, we'll see, but I got doubts.
Matt Wilson, one of my boys who has watched my programming. So back to my old podcast that ran 15 years, coming in, becoming a channel member, getting the Jets chant. Jets. Thank you, Matt. I really do appreciate that, guys. I keep saying thumbs up. It's free, subscribe free. But if you can help us out monetarily, becoming a channel member, gifting some channel memberships, or sending a super chat, very much appreciated. It helps out me, helps out Maddie, helps out the show. Just moving down here. Oh, Maddie, I got another thing. I don't know if you saw this, and this is the last thing, and then we'll get into some picks for the week. I don't know if you saw this, but this ran on ABC7 in New York. The local teams, how many days since they've won a championship?
Oh, God.
Here it is. Woo! This is bad.
Strive to be number one.
Now, my question, though, Maddie, is I have one question about this. And now this is from like a week or two ago, so those days have gone up. Why are the Nets above the Jets?
That's a good question. Probably, I don't know that it's actually that they're so much that they're above them in the sense that, I mean, you got to be second because you've never won one, but they've also not been around as long as the Jets. So,
but the thing is that it says days since last title. The Jets have had a title, even though it's been over 20,000 days.
Good God, that's fucking crazy.
The Nets, it should say never, and they should be at the bottom. I'm sorry. That's how I look at it.
Yeah. God, at that 20,000, man, that hit me. I did not realize, like, when you put it in that perspective, sweet Jesus, man,
it's bad.
Ugh.
It's bad. And look at and look, and I hate to be the one to do this, but I got to. If you're a Mets like fan, like Mets, Islanders,
that's a rough world.
God. That's brutal. Like I said, the Yankees and the Devils are my cross to bear. They're the ones that keep me from pulling my hair out. And those two are on that top half of the list with the Rangers and the Giants. So it is what it is. Now, when you say top half, all of them are over 5,000.
Yeah, there's nobody even just in triple digits.
There's no real top half.
Yeah, this is
smart. Basically, who's the smartest kid on the short bus? Oh, look, it's the Giants.
Yeah, who's the prettiest waitress at Denny's at 3 a.m?
Yeah, that's the Giants. Thank you, Giants.
Jesus, that's rough, man. That puts it into a real harsh perspective,
right?
Oof.
Did you see what the fucking Ducks gave out to every single fan at their home opener?
Didn't they give them like shirts or something, or what they give them? Oh, wow.
How cool are those?
That's pretty cool.
I would love one of those.
I'm sure you can find one on eBay.
Oh, maybe I could. But how much are they going to sell those for?
Dude, if every fucking single person got one, I'm sure they're not going to be too expensive.
Well, look at the stands. You could see.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. You're going to have plenty of people who probably, like people at work there that have a bunch of them. Like, I bet I'm sure you could find one.
All right, let's do this real quick. Hold on one second. I got to bring up the scores. I did not really fully prepare for tonight. That's on me because I was at a Halloween party kicking some ass. Now, granted, it was a Halloween party that my daughters were invited to by their friends, but it was unbelievable. It was so cool.
I lied. You ain't getting one of these very cheap.
No, how much are they running for?
Between about 60 and 100.
What?
Yeah.
Get the hell
However,
out of
I
here.
suspect that when the novelty wears off, you could probably they'll go down by the end of the season.
Like I'd pay like 40. 40 seems reasonable for something that was given out free.
I might start wearing my fucking Ducks hat around if the Rangers will start winning some games just for.
Well,
for
I thought both of our second team. I mean, the Ducks are my second team. I have 2 Ducks jerseys sitting right there, but I thought we agreed that our second team, like as a show, was going to be the Winnipeg Jets because they're named after the Jets.
I'm not on the show tomorrow.
What show?
Exactly. When I'm not on here, I can do whatever the fuck I want. I can wear my Ducks hat. I don't have to. I'm not buying Jets merchandise.
No, so, I wouldn't either.
You know what I mean? Like, I'll root for the Jets. Don't get me wrong, but like, I'll probably throw on a fucking I might just wear my Ducks hat if the Rangers keep embarrassing themselves. I mean, I have a Rangers tattoo. No one's gonna think they're not my team. But it's
all right. Here we go, Maddie. Let's whip through these.
All right.
Tomorrow we'll start with the 1 p.m. games. Obviously, you got the Dolphins heading into Atlanta to play the Falcons. This one, I think, Maddie, this one's an easy one. The Dolphins are absolute trash.
Dirty birds all the way.
Yeah, you got to go Falcons on this one. The Dolphins have just shown nothing. Tua has completely imploded. McDaniel is one of the worst coaches in the league.
He is getting fired. It might be tomorrow.
And once again, it's not like we have room to talk, but we're just being random football fans.
If you want to talk to people who know shitty football, we're your guys.
But yeah, exactly. We know our own. The Bears going into Baltimore to take on the Ravens.
It's going to be an interesting game, actually. I'm going to give Baltimore the edge just because they're at home, but I wouldn't be shocked.
Is Lamar back yet? That's the question.
I don't think so, but either way, I think the Ravens can they're due. I think they'll be all right. But again, I don't follow either team very closely, so I'll side with the home team.
What the hell is this? What's with Michael Lando? Just so you know, I canceled my membership status, and this is the last time you'll hear from me. What the hell?
What happened, Mike?
I know this was like 10 minutes ago, but what the message me. What the fuck happened? I don't care if you canceled the membership. Like, you can spend your money as you want. I always appreciate the support, but why was this the last time you hear from me? What did I do to you?
Well, I hope not. I've always liked Michael Lando, and so.
Here it is. He's pissed off about the other fans in here.
I got you, Mike.
I don't know what
we got to move on from this, and if we're gonna do picks, I got to go.
I know. I just saw it. It caught my eye.
I got it,
and Lando's one of our boys, so I don't know why he would do that.
We can talk about that. We can talk to him later on, because again, I never make it through the picks.
All right. We'll make it through the picks. I'm gonna go Bears because I don't think Lamar's back, and the Ravens have been absolute trash.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if the Bears won. I'm just going with the home team.
Maybe you should do that here. Maybe you should do that here too. Yeah,
Bengals
into Cincinnati. Yeah, Bengals all the way.
Bengals probably.
Again, folks, we want the Jets to win. We will be rooting for the Jets. But
I would say Bengals by probably at least 7. I think they're 6.5 favorites. I think they at least have a touchdown, probably 10.
It could be close. We'll see. It could be closer. I mean, the Jets defense has been playing well, and it's not like the Bengals. We'll see.
Yeah, I got doubts.
The Bills, doesn't matter that they're going on the road against the Panthers. The Bills will win this game.
The Bills could win that game in their sleep.
Another 1:00 game. The 49ers heading into the Texans. Man, what happened to the Texans this year?
Dude, I don't know.
So weird. I'm going 49ers because
Niners on that
Purdy is still out or is out again. But Mac Jones, as much as I don't like him, has been playing great for the 49ers.
Good for him. I mean, like I say, I don't have a problem with Mac Jones once he's not on the Patriots. So
the Browns and the Patriots in Foxborough. Maddie, go ahead.
Browns are shocking the world.
Really?
I got a weird feeling. It's probably wrong, but I saw that and I was like, I think the Browns pull out the upset.
I think the Patriots really have something going, and I can't picture them blowing it. I don't think Vrabel's going to let them blow it to a team like the Browns, especially at home. Here we go. This one's interesting. The Giants and the Eagles. Eagles aren't as good as I thought they would be. The Giants are better than I thought they would be. But it's in Philly.
I'm still going with the Eagles on that.
Me too. It's in Philly. If this was a game
in Jersey, I might think about it.
Yeah. The Buccaneers heading into New Orleans to play the Saints, two NFC South rivals. Maddie, what do you got?
Same thing everybody else has. Tampa's gonna fucking walk all over them.
Agreed. This is another one. I feel like a lot of these are easy picks this week.
It's not a hard sell here, kids.
The Titans heading into Indianapolis. Indy at home. Indy is in a lot of people's power rankings, Maddie. I'm seeing Indy at the top.
I don't know if I'm going that far, but they'll easily handle the Titans.
Yeah, they're going to win this game.
The funny thing is, I mean, they were supposed to be like the worst team in the universe when the season started. Like everybody was dumping on the Colts, and they're doing great.
Yeah, they are. And I feel good for Daniel Jones.
Mm-hmm.
The Cowboys with a potent offense heading into Denver to play the Broncos, who have a kick-ass defense. What are you thinking, Maddie?
I think, my mind tells me that the Broncos are at home and they should win this game. But the Broncos, I just feel like the Cowboys could upset them. But gun to my head, I'm taking Denver, but by 2 points or less.
I'm going to go Cowboys just to make
Possible.
just to be, different from you. And then here we go. This is the one we were talking about. I definitely am going to be catching some of this game because this is interesting. It's Aaron Rodgers' first trip back to, or actually it's in Pittsburgh, but it's his first time playing the Packers since he left the team. It's in Pittsburgh. Packers, Steelers. Maddie, what do you got?
I got the Packers on this one.
Okay, I'm going Steelers. I'm going to go Steelers because he got his back on the Jets. It's in Pittsburgh. He's going to be fired up for this game. I'm going to go Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
We'll see.
And then finally, we are back to only one Monday night game.
Dude, those double headers suck so bad. I mean,
So
granted, I don't care half the time about either team playing either game, but like just give me one game. It's Monday Night Football, for Christ's sakes. You've already fucking put Thursday night and then Black Friday's coming up, and just enough, man.
So it's the Redskins heading into Kansas City to play the Chiefs.
I got the Redskins.
Yeah, me too.
I just like them better than Chiefs are kind of flawed, and I
don't want to see the Chiefs win.
Well, yeah, there's that. I mean, I don't really care, but I just think the Chiefs are not the Chiefs they were 2-3 seasons ago, and I think the Redskins are a better pick.
Oh, they definitely aren't. The Chiefs definitely have a lot more flaws this year. They're still a good team.
Yeah, they're not a bad team. They're still going to probably walk away with the AFC West, but well, I don't know. The Chargers look pretty good though too. So, but we'll see. But yeah, easy pick with the Redskins.
Why the hell did it do that?
I don't know. That was weird.
When I stopped sharing, it should have immediately went back to what we're seeing now. That's bullshit.
Oh, well.
Well, it is what it is. Those are our picks for this week. We got through them on purpose real quick so that Maddie could be here for them. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And maybe next week we'll take a little bit more time on that. Are you still good on Monday night?
Yeah, Monday's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, Monday's no problem at all.
Who do you got, Maddie? Dodgers or Blue Jays?
I'm rooting for the Blue Jays like the rest of the country, but
yeah,
I don't know. Who won game one? I didn't even see.
I think Blue Jays won.
Did they? Well, that's cool. I'm definitely rooting for the Blue Jays.
I'm pretty sure. Hold on. Let me not just be an asshole. And I'm almost positive because when I looked at the game score, when I saw an Ohtani home run, and I feel like the Blue Jays were blowing them out.
Like I say, things have been very hectic around here, so I've been.
Oh, and they're playing right now. Blue Jays won the first game, and right now it is tied in the bottom of the sixth, 1-1. Yeah, the Blue Jays beat them in game one, 11-4.
I was really rooting for the Mariners. I would have really liked to see the Mariners come out and handle business, but
I honestly, I'm rooting. Do you know why I'm rooting for the Blue Jays, even though they're in the Yankees division? Because Don Mattingly is one of their coaches.
I didn't know Don Mattingly was a Blue Jays coach. That's cool.
Yeah, and this is his first. He's been in Major League Baseball. I think they said for like 30 or 40 years.
Oh well, his rookie card was in '84.
Well, and this is his first time ever getting to a World Series.
Yeah, I got it. That makes it even sweeter because even though I hate the Yankees, I was always a big fan of Don Mattingly.
Yeah. And the thing is that like I would have loved for him to do it because he coached for the Yankees too. I would have loved for him to do it as a Yankee, but I'm just happy to see him make it to the World Series. Like that's outstanding.
Yeah, good for him, man. That'd be fantastic.
I'm not fully understanding this because this is hockey is for Canadians, Russians, and Yankees.
I think he's pretty much just implying what most of us think, which is that like the Mason-Dixon line should be about the stoppage of teams in the NHL.
Oh, I'm okay with that. We've talked about that several times.
That's been a hot topic, especially in the off season. But yeah, like I say, man,
Lando,
I gotta say, I the only team I have any faith in, pretty much until spring training, is the Knicks right now. So you probably see me rocking my Knicks gear here very soon.
What do you think the Knicks are going to do this year? What do you
At least make the playoffs?
Well, yeah, but that would be a huge step down.
Yeah, but I mean, that's more than I can say for any other team I root for.
I
don't think they're going to win a championship, but you never know. I mean, it's a long season, and who knows what could happen at the trade deadline. That's one thing the NBA and the NHL are really good about, shit getting crazy at the trade deadline. So
my whole thing is that I still don't understand. Like, I just could not imagine. Let's say next year, miraculously, Aaron Glenn gets us to the AFC Championship game. Does Woody Johnson fire him? No. I don't understand why they got rid of their coach.
Well, I don't know. Like I say, I'm not in that locker room, but something must have happened.
You okay?
Yeah.
Top 5 drunks. Namath number 1.
I want to kiss you.
I think I'm 16th on that list.
You're 16th?
I think so.
That's pretty good.
I gotta check my standings.
Dudley Moore is what, 2? He's up there. He's a top 5.
That was funny.
You know, I'm trying to think.
I haven't seen Arthur in a long time.
Who are famous drunks? Ooh, Jim Leahy.
Charles
Trailer Park Boys. He'd beat Dudley Moore. He'd beat Arthur.
Yeah, he's a top 5er.
I feel like he might even beat Namath.
He might be.
Jim Leahy might be. I could not think of another character as drunk as Jim Leahy. I think the Devils. I think Seinfeld. The Devils. Are you really gonna? When Elaine says to him, "You're really gonna go to the game like that?" Yeah, you got to support the team. Just face painted.
I'm not a Seinfeld fan. I don't like Seinfeld. But wasn't that like their first date too?
I don't remember if it was their first date, but it's like I love Putty. Like anytime like Putty was on that show, that character just cracked me up. And the fact that he's a Devils fan, I actually went one Halloween as Putty. Like I did the exact.
You did the whole thing.
That's exact funny. Same face paint. I'll pull up the picture one day. I don't have it with me right now, but one day I'll bring it up. But let's just go through here. Just seeing what you guys are doing in the chat. I promise I'll catch up and all that stuff. This is the only place I hear the Jets chant now. You know what, Val? Screw it. Let's do it. Let's do another Jets chant. Here we go. Jets. You got to have hope. You got to have hope no matter how bad this team is.
I have no hope. I don't. This team is so bad.
No, you see, no, hold on. I feel like we have no faith, but you can have hope because hope is just, oh God, please.
For this season, no.
What I'm saying is hope is like, oh, please let them win. I would love for the Jets to win, but I hope they win. Faith is, no, I have no faith. No faith that this team will win.
No.
But I can hope.
Team is such booty cheeks. I just hate them so much.
Imagine we win tomorrow with Brady Cook, no Garrett Wilson, and no Sauce Gardner. Like that would you know what, that almost pissed me off.
Is Cook dressing tomorrow at least?
I mean, who's not going to be? If
I don't think they have another choice, but
yeah.
But I mean, you see this shit where dude's dressed, and you're like, how is he dressed? He's injured. Like they're like, well, he's emergency status. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? He can't walk.
That's absolutely true. And I wonder why I guess they're talking. I guess they don't count the ABA.
You can't count a league that's not around anymore. I looked into this, and it's like, it's cool for history's sake, but like when you're talking about a championship, you have to talk about the league that the team is in.
Okay. Like you actually saw that somewhere? Like
I was reading up on it, and we're talking about it at the sports store I used to work at, and I asked the guys, and they're like, yeah, if the ABA was still going, then they would have a championship in their thing, but they don't play in the ABA, and it's a defunct league, so the championship, while cool, means nothing.
Okay, fair enough, because the Bills won an AFL championship.
Right. It's just like I think the Whalers. I don't know if they ever won a WHA title or not, but they had some good years, but like no one cares. I mean, it's cool, but you can't hang those banners and act like you're bad meat.
Cousin Kenny says, speaking of Halloween, Mike, did you see the hubbub about the Hamden decoration on one of the houses near? I did not. Let me know. I'll go. Maybe you already did. Let me know in the comments. I have no idea about that. But I'll tell you what, Maddie, I've been, ever since you told me about that Fright Night book, I ended up talking with the author of the book, and he said that the audiobook will be out in a couple weeks.
Cool.
But in the meantime, I definitely that night bought the Fright Night audiobook based on the movie.
Well, how is it?
It's good. But the only problem is I this is the first book that I've gotten from Audible where I'm not sold on the guy reading it.
That sucks.
Yeah, it's like the guy who I have listened. I've read Stephen King's It twice, a long time ago, but I've listened to Stephen King's It, and it's like 40 hours.
Oh yeah,
I've listened to that. Yeah, I've listened to that several times because
I think it is one of his is very overrated.
See, but my thing is that not only do I've always liked the story, I've liked the movies and all of that stuff.
The narrator's really good.
The guy reading it does such a good job. His voice is clear.
I've really enjoyed the ones that Stephen King himself has done that he's narrated. You can't find them anymore because they've all been redone. They're from like the 80s. He used to read his own books. King's not a bad reader himself.
The only problem is that I don't like Stephen King.
Well, yeah, but this was before he had his whole fucking thing.
No, dude, even before he got all like crazy and started tweeting nonsense, after I've read a couple of his books or listened to a couple of his books, there's way too much like child genitalia.
Yeah, there's some weirdness in it, but I don't know.
I'm wondering, like, as a grown man, you're sitting there writing this stuff? Like,
I don't know. I'm not going to comment on this because,
that seems dicey.
My view on it is the story is the story. I don't, you can hate it or not, but that said, like I say, his son's writing really good stuff right now, so I'm definitely digging that. But it's funny though, because I did a little digging in this prequel. Apparently, that guy and the original guy who wrote Fright Night, they're planning on creating a whole like universe. Like
I read the same thing.
This is not going to be a one-off prequel novel cash grab. I guess they're working on doing some other stuff. So
the only thing is that in the Fright Night book, and it may be in the movie too, I don't remember, but Jerry Dandridge apparently has been alive for like hundreds of years, and he gets done in a basement by, sorry if you haven't seen Fright Night before.
Yeah, it only came out in 1985.
Yeah, by them just smashing window, like, you know what I'm saying? He gets and that's another thing with Fright Night 2. I almost wish Jerry Dandridge would have found a way to come back, as opposed to them going to the whole sister story and all that stuff, because Fright Night 2 is a little weird. It's not bad.
I think I've seen that movie once. I couldn't tell you anything about it, but that said, it's about to be my time. I'm gonna go see what's going on with my laundry room. And,
dude, I hope you guys figure that out, because there's nothing worse than
it might have just been because there were a bunch of towels in there, and they did that. My wife put like the extra rinse on, and it might have just fucking filled it up too much doing the spin and all that shit. But anyways, boys, appreciate you. Thank you, Scott. We'll see if I go swimming tonight or not, and I'll talk to you Monday night. We'll see what god awful. I mean, I figure one of the Jets will get hit by lightning or something tomorrow. So.
It's going to be another miserable Sunday, Manny.
It is going to be bad. But, guys, thank you all for showing up in the chat. Michael Lando, I hope you come back to us. We love you, and that's the only thing that matters, But that's it, guys. Good night. I'll see you later on. Have a great rest of your weekend.
Have a good one, Maddie. All right, folks. Now I can really get in and talk to you guys in the chat. I would love that. If any of my other Midnight Mike Show family tree members decide to join me, obviously I will bring them on. I know a lot of you are calling for your favorite Italian, Honest Abe. Well, it's really only one or two of you, but it is what it is. Chris, the ever optimistic. I picked the Jets. Titan fighter, Jets by 1,000,000. Guys, I do hope. I mean, look, I do. I hope the Jets win, but it's just not. We talked about it just a few minutes ago. This team has given me no reason to have any faith in them, like no reason whatsoever. And sorry, I'm getting my phone has just been buzzing like crazy. So let me just check this real quick. Hold on 1 second. See if it's anybody like trying to get in touch with me. Hold on. Oh, it's my wife. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Sorry about that, folks. But yes, like I said, I'm sitting here. My pocket is buzzing. Bruce comes in, says, "Go Colts." I appreciate you being in here, Bruce. It does mean a lot to me. And look, like I said earlier, I've seen a lot of power rankings that have the Colts at number 1. Do I think they're the best team in the league? No. But they are just on quite a run. And it's almost like how the Devils are right now. You know, the Devils, when I saw that opening, let me bring it up. Let me see if I can bring up the Devils schedule. All right. All right. Preseason. Okay. Look at now. Imagine, and I don't know how many of you out there are hockey fans. I do not know, but look at, if you know anything about hockey or who was good last year, you need to check this out and just think about how I looked at this, and it just did not look good. There we go. So if you look at this schedule, this is how the season started. Now these were all preseason games. But this was the first game, Devils Hurricanes, right here, October 9th. And look at how they started out. We had the Hurricanes, the Lightning, the Blue Jackets, the Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers, the Edmonton Oilers, the Maple Leafs, the Wild. All of those teams are playoff contending teams. All of them. And then finally yesterday we had the San Jose Sharks game. The Devils only lost the first game against the fucking Hurricanes. And I'll tell you what, man, that team's got our number. Had it in the playoffs last year. It's had it before that. We need to come in and we need to beat the Hurricane. We need to prove we could beat the Hurricane because we've proven we could beat pretty much every other team. And then a real test comes up tomorrow at 1 p.m. when the Devils play maybe should I even watch the Jets, folks? Now I will. Obviously I will. But the Devils play back-to-back games against the Avalanche, one at home, one away, and the Avalanche are legit because if you go to the standings, here we go. There are the Devils. 7-1, 14 points on a 7-game winning streak. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Why is this? So look, why is this doing this? Why the hell is this doing this? All right, look, now I do have someone coming in, which is great. Ladies and gentlemen, let me bring in a member of the Midnight Mike Show family tree, our resident Vikings correspondent, Sean Neutron. How you doing, Sean? Oh, you're muted. There you go.
There we go.
There we go.
Forgive the jacket. It's a little cold down here in this room. It's my new podcasting center. With that new wrestling podcast I have going on, it's going to be debuting on Halloween. So October 31st, myself and Brad Shepard, the Shep and Sean podcast.
Just out of curiosity, as someone who does follow wrestling, I don't really watch it anymore, but I know who Brad Shepard is. How do you know him? Was it through
through Twitter?
Okay, through Twitter, and somehow
we just be talking or whatever, and we have like a good kind of just similar values, things like that. And he rubs some people the wrong way. They get all bent out of shape stuff he says, and it's like, guys, if you're soft. We're not going to grant every single opinion. But he's a great guy, and I when he asked me to be a co-host, I thought it was a really cool opportunity to get back in there.
Let everybody know the name, and you said October 31st, but let everybody know the details.
It'll be the Shep and Sean podcast, pro wrestling podcast, and on Twitter, give us a follow at Shep and Sean, and obviously I'm at Sean Neutron. So that once again will be Friday night. I'm not sure what time is going to be dropping it, but it'll start recorded. We might move to live episodes, maybe things like that, but it'll just be audio at first.
Nice. I'd love it if you do I love watching video.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'll listen. Obviously, I'll listen, but I do love I've moved to, like, we all did, even we all did podcasts like 5-10 years ago.
Yeah.
But then now it seems like now my attention has gone to stuff that I can also watch.
Yeah. Or like when I'm in the car, just throw it on. I can put YouTube on and put on the Bluetooth.
Yeah. Well, that's what I do. I usually when I'm at work, I'll put on, a YouTube show that I like, and I'll just stick the phone in my back pocket. You could still listen to it, but then when you get a break, you can pull it out, or if they mention something or bring something up on screen, you can check it out. Because I'll tell you what, there's nothing. I think this ended up happening with a podcast that I watch a lot called Who Are These Podcasts?
Mm-hmm.
And what happened is you're listening to it, and then they'll talk about something that they're looking at. And I'm like, okay, I have to watch this show. Like, I can't, if you just listen to it, through a Spotify or something like that, and you're like, what are they looking at? And then you realize, oh shit, they're on YouTube and you can actually watch it.
Yeah. It's it definitely is a big difference. But like, we're going to take baby steps. We're not going to rush it too much. Sometimes people try to do too much too soon. I kind of compare that to like when people have a bar and bar rescue, and then they open up a second one immediately with a little bit of success. Then they can't afford to run both of them. So they have to rob Peter to pay Paul. So you don't want to grow too big. You don't want to scale too big too quickly.
No, I understand that. We got a quick super chat in the house. Sorry, I'm a little late on the comments, folks. But Titan Fighter comes in with $2, gets the Jets chant. Jets. Rodgers, 4 TDs, 300 yards. That's my unk. Sean, what are you thinking? A prime time game. The Packers heading into Pittsburgh to play the Steelers. It's the first time Aaron Rodgers is playing against the Packers since leaving. Yeah. What are your thoughts on this game?
I think it'll be a little added storyline there for him, a little added motivation for him. I mean, he's probably going to say, I don't need that motivation at this stage in my career. But like, let's just be honest. I mean, he was there for so long that, he's one of the faces of the franchise. And, I think he's been looking good overall this year. If I'm a Steelers fan, I'm happy, that they have an actual quarterback and he's staying healthy. As long as his teammates don't tackle him after.
They have an actual quarterback, meaning they don't have Justin Fields anymore.
Yeah, and it's just funny enough that, like, okay, they get him and he does better there, and then obviously he was a Jet and had the injury and they just struggled, and then switches, and then nothing changes for New York, unfortunately. But I think that honestly, I'll be rooting for the Steelers. My dad's from Pittsburgh. I'm a Vikings fan. There's good, go Pittsburgh, and I've got DK Metcalf in fantasy, so hopefully he has a good week.
And then what are so you guys had a tough time against the Chargers, huh?
Notice my new label down there. Did you see it, Mike?
Oh no, I'd have to hold on one second. I'd have to get rid of the super chat. Give me 1 second. There we go. Without my readers, you expect me to be able to read that on my
Minnesota Dumpster Fires Insider.
Oh, there you go. Fair enough. Hey, come on. We're the Dumpster Fires.
I mean, just the way we played, honestly, we could have played you guys and it would have been a neck and neck game. No offense. We've been lost at quarterback, but it's not just a quarterback issue. Obviously, Wentz, you're playing in pain. The pain thing only works when you're grimacing through pain, when you're actually doing stuff to try to win the game or it's competitive. When you're grimacing and you just suck, it's just get out of the game. There's just no reason to be there. So I'm surprised we didn't see Brosmer come in. But also, like, they're not getting any push on their offensive line. Their defensive line is not getting any pressure on the quarterbacks. The secondary is getting burned. Dallas Turner is just not playing up to that draft pick that they traded up 6 spots in the first round to get him 2 years ago, and he's not living up to that. And Flores is just the play calling. I don't get what his scheming is and anything. Like, he's been good for us overall the last few years, improving our defense every year, but it's just very inconsistent this year.
Well, look, put it this way. You guys have some wins. That's a good thing. Your owner is not throwing your quarterback under the bus. That's a good thing. Did you hear about Woody Johnson, what he said?
Yeah, it's never good to call out players like that. Just handle it backstage, have a conversation with the guy. You
Well,
know,
that's the thing, man. It's
Justin
like,
Fields deserves that.
no, well, that's what I was looking at, and I did have a different take than most of the people on about the Woody Johnson situation. I had a different take than most people, where I'm looking at it like, Justin Fields, he was asked the question, and Justin Fields is not going to be with the Jets. Like I feel like he'll be lucky to be on the field next year. He's going to be under contract. He's going to get paid. I mean, I think it's 30 million guaranteed of 40. He's going to get paid, but he's not long. Woody's looking at Aaron Glenn as he's going to be here 2, 3, 4 years. So if you have to throw somebody under the bus or whatever, if you have to, somehow back up your head coach. And once again, if you actually listen to what he said, if I'm not wrong, it's not like he sat there and said Justin Fields sucks ass. Yeah. What he said is that if you have a quarterback with the rating that Justin Fields has, no coach is going to be doing good. And that's fact. And what do you expect him? Like, we're all sitting here. We've been shitting on this team for weeks now, talking shit on every player, on Justin Fields, on pretty much everybody but Garrett Wilson, Nick Folk, and our punter, McNamara. Aside from those three guys, we've shat on every single player, coach, whatever. We were burying Wilkes at the beginning of the season, our defensive coordinator. We're burying our offensive coordinator now. We're burying Aaron Glenn, whatever. It's not like he literally came out and was like, Justin Fields is the absolute shits. He said it in a very, I don't know. The way he said it was, if any coach had a quarterback with a passer rating like that, they're not going to be winning games.
Yeah.
And who can blame him? That's just my thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, what he said was true, but it's just having the tact and the professionalism and just like this disrespect for Fields, and I would just pull him aside one-on-one, and there's no reason to put him on blast like that when he's getting it plenty from the media, from YouTube, everywhere.
No, I mean, once again, you're right on that. You don't need to be piled on by your owner and whoever else. But
now, what's the likelihood you think of like somebody like Breece Hall getting traded to a team that needs a running back?
I hope he gets traded. Mm-hmm. I honestly, Garrett Wilson. There's very few guys that I don't want traded, but I'd love for Breece Hall to go because I think it'll do good for Breece, and I think the Jets can get a decent pick out of it. My whole thing is that if we're sticking with Aaron Glenn, and I've said this before on the show, guys, anyone new in here, please hit the thumbs up. It's free. It is free to hit that thumbs up, and it helps out the show. But if Woody is really sticking with Aaron Glenn, then I think the only thing to do this season is fire sale, get as many picks, clear up as much cap space as you possibly can, so that when this offseason comes up, Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji can just build whatever team they want. And like, seriously, I want them to look at this team and go, okay, obviously you're keeping Garrett Wilson. Obviously if Nick Folk wants to play another year, he's been money. He hasn't missed a field goal all season. You keep him. You keep McNamara, our punter. Then I want them to look at the guys that most people would want us to keep. Jermaine Johnson. Do they want to keep him? If so, keep him. Quinnen Williams. If you want to keep him, keep him. He's young. Obviously, you're going to keep all of our young guys that we just got who are still under their rookie contracts. Our tackles, Membu and Fashanu, keep them. Tippmann, he's now moved over to guard. You keep him. Mason Taylor, our young tight end, you keep him. Why? Because they all cost nothing.
And I think Taylor could be really good, with the right offense, with the right personnel.
I mean, once again, we talked about this a couple years ago when we had, the year Rodgers went down, or even the year before that. We kept talking about all we need is a quarterback because Zach Wilson is missing so many throws. And if you have a quarterback that can hit a guy in the numbers pretty much every time, then it's going to change everything. So Mason Taylor, even Alan Lazard was good last year with Aaron Rodgers throwing to him because Aaron Rodgers is hitting him in the numbers.
Yeah.
He had a bunch of drops, yes, but he had what I predicted. He was a legitimate wide receiver 3. He had over 500 yards receiving. I think he had like 7 touchdowns. That's all I need out of a wide receiver 3.
Yeah.
And so Mason Taylor, Garrett Wilson, all these guys' numbers, even these schlubs we have, who are masquerading as wide receivers, even they would be improved with a quarterback that is accurate.
Now, when you're talking about potential moves they can make, and I'm looking at what I've heard with Minnesota right now. Rumors like this one I don't believe as much, but people are trying to say, oh, Addison would be on the trading block, and I'm like, no, we have him under for 2 more years, and yes, he would be in demand, and he would thrive somewhere else, but at the same time, he's such a good wide receiver too. You just can't at the moment. You can't let him go when he's got 2 years left on his deal. But the one I think that's actually way more likely is Hawkinson, and I heard that the Broncos and another team have given him offers. I think the Broncos want to give him a 2026 third-round pick and something else for Hawkinson. And Hawkinson's a great player, don't get me wrong, but the way they're not using him that much in the offense, and it's unfortunate because he can do a lot. He can be that safety blanket when your quarterback's struggling. So next week JJ is not confirmed yet, not 100%, but I'm like, you can't go to Wentz against Detroit. You're just asking for a shutout at that point. I'm hoping JJ is there, and honestly, I would just love to see them give Brosmer a chance. I'm just tired of seeing.
Okay, Wentz. I was about to ask who do you have backup or third string?
So right now, the depth chart's been Wentz, Brosmer, and then JJ's been an emergency the last 2 weeks, but he's about 95 to 99%. They're just trying to make sure he's got full mobility of the ankle, so that in the pocket and moving around everything. So my hopes are JJ, because at this point, if he's healthy, play him. You got to see what you have with him. And hopefully the line can protect him better than they've been doing. But I think the reason they might have held off on Brosmer is because he looked good in the preseason. And if he were to have done well the last week or two, then they'd be like, oh, now we have a controversy with him and JJ. So maybe they're trying to avoid that.
That's what I'm looking at with in the same vein with our quarterback situation. Real quick, Scott Black comes in and says Flacco will look like Montana tomorrow. I feel like Scott is the same guy who came in last week and said Bryce Young is going to look like Steve Young, and he didn't. The Jets defense did really well against the Panthers and shut down Bryce Young until he got hurt, and then shut down the ginger. What the fuck? Oh, who's the backup for Carolina? Why can't I think of his name?
Oh, Rush, Cooper Rush.
No.
Oh, he's in Baltimore. Sorry.
I keep wanting to say Cam Newton. It's not Cam Newton. Obviously. I don't know. Regardless.
I've drawn a blank there, honestly.
Yeah. Regardless, he's a ginger. He used to be a starter. Whatever. My whole point is that. This week coming up, the Jets.
Andy Dalton.
Yes, Andy Dalton.
I didn't realize he was still on the team. Honestly, crazy.
Yeah, so they shut both Bryce Young and Andy Dalton down pretty much. So, but when it comes to quarterbacks and backups, Tyrod Taylor's out this week. He's injured. I forget what it is. It doesn't matter. Tyrod always gets injured. So now you have Justin Fields starting, and now we have, I believe, Brady Cook, our third stringer, suiting up. And I've been saying for 2 weeks now that I think that at this point,
try him out.
Fields isn't going to be here long. Tyrod's contract is up this year. Why don't we just go with this kid? Because he may be shit. I was saying this to Maddie earlier. I didn't even want Brady Cook on the team. I preferred Martinez. But Brady, they saw something in Brady Cook to make him the third stringer, practice squad quarterback, whatever. Put him out there. He's going to be back up this week. Justin Fields is going to suck again. And why not? Why not? What do the Jets have to lose? They're 0-7. Like, I could see where the Vikings obviously may still have a chance to.
We're in a weird thing right now when it comes to it, like weird record.
Yeah, but right now the Jets literally have nothing. So it's like the season's already over. The season was over before Columbus Day. Yeah,
so definitely, I would have no issue putting in Cook. And actually, funny enough, last summer when I was pulling some cards, it was I forget what's the name of the set, but I pulled a Brady Cook autograph from Missouri.
An autograph from who?
Brady Cook.
Really?
Yeah. Well, it was a one. It's I can't recall. Oh, it's Illuminance. That's what the set is called. It's one of the higher priced ones that you get online. And my buddies and I group bought it or whatever. And you get 3 guaranteed autographs, and his is one of them.
And but it was his college.
Yeah. It was like the first batch of like NIL ones. I think Arch Manning and Travis Hunter had signed for him too. But I didn't pull those. That would have been pretty sick.
I'm just flipping through the chat, and it's obviously right now it's just a bunch of fucking trolling, which is fine. But the problem is that here's the other thing I will tell you guys, YouTube user Scott Black, all you guys, I don't mind, once again, I don't mind you guys attacking us, but you're attacking people, you're knocking people out of here. People don't want to show up. Jets fans don't want to show up or don't want to comment, or whatever. I may have to do something where I make it so that you can't comment for a little while, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. But when you light up the comment section and make it so that other people can't comment, or it's harder for me to find because you guys are just writing ridiculous things, write ridiculous things. I'll bring up your comments. I love your comments making fun of me or Maddie or whoever, but you don't have to literally write it like and what do they call that?
Spamming.
Yeah, like spamming. That's a little much.
Yeah, don't kill the chat, guys. Come on.
Bengals 30, Jets 14. That seems reasonable, except the Jets scoring 14. I don't know about that. That's
how much would Terry Rozier bet on the Jets over 13.5?
Over under 13.5?
Yeah, I'm just saying Terry Rozier, baby.
I'm just telling you, man, I have no faith in our offense at all. At this point, tank for Mendoza. I'm hearing a lot of names.
I don't even know the top names for the college yet. I mean, we have to get Tommy on here.
Yeah, Mendoza, the quarterback from Oregon, is mentioned a lot. I don't know. Scott would know that if Scott was in here. I don't think he's in here. But yeah, I mean, we'll see. It looks like the Jets will have the pick. It'll look like they'll have the pick of anybody. So Dolphins are going to lose their Sunday Night Football against the Bengals. Is that really the Sunday night game next week?
No, that should be a lock.
Yeah, that would be a shitty Sunday night game. Dolphins, Bengals? Why don't you make the Sunday night? You can't flex that out. Why not make the Sunday night game the Jets versus the Saints? Who would want to watch that? Hell, you're even getting shit in the chat.
I'm not a guest, by the way.
No, not a guest. Part of the team.
That they also can't spell, or they don't know grammar, because it would be worst, not worse. So
I don't know how this Darrell Revis grew up a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. Yeah, but you know what? He's a Jet for life at this point. Get rid of everybody except Garrett Wilson and Quinnen Williams. I'm okay with that. Like I said, it's at this point you gotta figure something out, because this is getting bad, very bad. Why get me off? I'm a loyal New York. No, you have to understand, these guys are trolls. They when you come in and you comment, they're like, get rid of this person, get rid of that. Don't pay any attention. Or fuck with them back. Have fun with them. Once again, Scott Black and YouTube user, by the way, the two biggest trolls in here are Dolphins fans. Dolphins suck. And once again, Jets suck more, but if the Jets are the worst and they're here, the Dolphins are just
6 feet under.
Yeah, they're right out. They're right there.
But you guys can comment all you want, but I'm still going to be here.
Yeah, that's true. What is your wrestling podcast, guys? Sean has if you watch pro wrestling or anything to that effect, Sean and Brad Shepard have a new podcast coming out. It's debuting October 31st, Halloween. What are you guys going to be covering? Is it going to be WWE and AEW, or are you going to cover all NXT and ROH and all this other stuff? What are you covering?
We're not going to be getting in the weeds of it in terms of, here's a 5-star match, or let's run down this card, let's run down that card, let's do a show review here and show review there. That's where you start to lose people. We're also not going to be my old show was guest based, and this one's going to be just me and Brad chatting. Just the trending topics, so the main things that are going on in the business of wrestling, and the, whatever, there might be scandals or otherwise, so we'll try to probably have, I'd say, a good 4 to 5 segments mapped out each show. And we're still working on what we want the weekly segment to be. Like for instance, a lot of people love to talk about what the Mount Rushmore for wrestling is, and to me that's kind of like MJ LeBron. It's exhausted. Whether you agree with it, whether you disagree, whatever it may be, it's just a lazy topic to talk about. So for me, it would be what's the Mount Rushmore of wrestling after the year 2000, and that becomes a lot more interesting in my opinion.
How about what is the Mount Rushmore of wrestling of people who are not in the WWE Hall of Fame?
I'd have to, off the top of my head,
think about that, because we did that one time on this show for the Jets. We did the Mount Rushmore of New York Jets of players that are not in the Hall of Fame. So that immediately eliminates Joe Klecko, Don Maynard, Darrell Revis, Namath. Yeah. So then you have to really start thinking who are the guys that would be there.
What about like Kenny O'Brien?
Yeah, he certainly is not in the Hall of Fame. Although I bet you his numbers are probably overall career-wise better than Joe Namath's. Have you ever actually looked at Joe Namath's numbers?
I have not.
There's something to do. We'll do that in 1 second, folks. Handyman Guillermo, I saw you on Who Are These Podcasts? Nobody Likes Onions, or Shuli Network. I saw you in somewhere and I shouted you out, but you had already left. But good to see you, Guillermo. Hey, I've been in a coma a few months. How are the Jets doing? Go check those standings.
I'd like to revise. I will say I will eat some crow here. And I was one night I had a few too many ciders and I got a little excited and I said the Vikings could contend for the division, and I'm fully owning it to be wrong here. And the way we played last Thursday, there's no reason why we can't finish fourth. Not saying we're going to, but it is now a possibility, unfortunately.
I hope, for your sake, I hope not. We don't all have to be miserable.
No, Sean. We have to beat the Bears. Like, I would love to, you just have to beat out the Bears, but and I had higher hopes ahead of time, but there's just too many holes for me to think to give any credence to saying they could win the division or even be in contention at this point.
Jets abuser, you're a queen. Yeah, he is. Once again, you have to remember, and no thank you, Nutty Squirrel. No thank you. As a matter of fact, I stand by this, and I will show everybody this again. When when it was coming up to the draft, I was doing a show from my mother's house because I visit my family on as much as possible, but I'm always there for Christmas. I'm always in New Jersey, and it's 5 minutes down the road from One Jets Drive in Florham Park. I'm always there for Christmas, Thanksgiving, and Memorial Day. And I believe this was when I went for Christmas, and I think it was early January. And Shedeur Sanders and his father, whoever, they had put out some sort of statement that there was like, there's like 3 teams we do not want to go to. And one of them was the Browns, ironic.
The Ravens.
And the Jets. And the Jets was one of them. And this was me. I still have it from that night. This is what I had to say about Shedeur Sanders, and I stick by this.
And the last thing I will say before I bring in my co-host, Maddie, is it came out that Deion Sanders and his son Shedeur, there's like 2 teams that we will not play for these teams. We will not play for her. And one of them was the New York Jets. Hey, Deion, asshole, let me get you in on something. They come real close. I want to whisper it to you. We never fucking wanted your son. Do you get that? We never fucking wanted him. Keep that circus away from us. We already have enough of that shit with the Jets. Are you kidding me?
First of all, I like the aesthetic there. The nice little kind of Cheers vibe there with the bar.
Oh, I love broadcast. I think I had made myself a Long Island iced tea that night because someone had mentioned whenever I go to my mom's house in her basement, they built an entire like bar. Like it's really awesome. It's not just what you see behind me.
Is there a neon sign there somewhere?
Not a neon sign, but there is a one of those tin Marlboro Man signs that used to hang in bars and stuff. And then there's a dartboard. There's other bar games. The one with the ring on like it's like a ring. There's like it almost looks like a fishing pole coming out of the wall, and it has a string with a ring, and you have to like hook it on the hook from a distance. I don't know.
What I'm working on too is I'm obviously not set with mine. Mine's kind of in construction, but it's about having a good aesthetic or whatever. But I want to get a canvas print of the logo for the show and put it over there.
Oh yeah, that'd be nice.
What'd you think of that logo, by the way?
Another thing I can say about your show is go out and get and by the way, anybody, if you want some, these are I actually got 50 more. Yeah, these are the Midnight Mike Show stickers. They're still in the plastic. But if you want one, they're free. All you have to do is email me at midnightmikeshow@gmail.com, and that's spelled MIDNITE Mike Show. And I am running really low on these. While supplies last, I will send you the holographic, actual old school Midnight Mike Show sticker with that. So email me. I'll send those out.
I'll send you a sticker of the new show, and then.
Well, that's what I was gonna say, dude. Get a package of stickers. I'll tell you off where I get them, and they're real high quality. And then another thing you mentioned is that your old show is guest based, and the reason that the Midnight Jury, my old show, was never guest based is because I had other shows that I worked with that were guest based, and their ratings and their numbers and their downloads depended on the guest. And even though ours were lower for most of the time, when ours raised, they never went back down because people were tuning in for us, and if they didn't like us, they didn't tune in. But if they did, they stuck around. And that's what I like what you're doing with Brad Shepard. You guys are going to depend on your information, your knowledge of pro wrestling. And I think that's a better way to build an audience.
And our big thing is things he says, people take the wrong way sometimes, but we're not trying to be shock jocks. We're just trying to have an honest discussion. And we're there we know we're sticking that like 45 minute to an hour range, because you much longer than that, you start losing people's interest just by natural, like attention spans these days. And it's going to be, I think it's just a really good time.
I appreciate this comment. I'm not going to troll Jets fans. I don't believe in kicking people when they are down this far. I'm not going to argue that. Not going to argue that, guys. Hit that thumbs up. I'll take all your abuse. Just keep it to me. Keep it to me. Keep it to Sean. Keep it to Maddie. Don't attack. Don't just randomly attack people for absolutely no reason. Michael Lando is one of our guys, and he's always in supporting the show, becoming a channel member.
Thank you, Michael.
Chatting. And the problem is that you guys ran him off tonight, and that sucks.
It does suck.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he'll be back eventually. But if you guys run off my people who support the show, then I'm gonna have to, I don't want to get rid of anybody. I love shit talk, But
that goes beyond the pale of, okay, we're just, I can take a negative comment, doesn't matter to me. I can, I disagree with your opinion. You have every right to. But when it comes to, I just want to be an asshole for no reason and just trying to ruin the vibe of the room for everyone else.
Well, yeah, and it affects our show as in like our monetary, like what we get. These are people who support with super chats and stuff. So it's like that's low. That's low.
And I'm answering Ryan's comment here. I can't disagree with you right now. Nothing about them says playoff team to me. And it sucks to watch at this point. You see Daniel Jones in Indianapolis. You see Sam Darnold in Seattle. And then obviously there was those rumors of Aaron Rodgers at one point. Now he's doing well in Pittsburgh. But at the end of the day, people have to remember that we made offers to those quarterbacks, not Rodgers, but the other two. And they turned them down, and rightfully so, because they got more money where they went. But it's not like we didn't give them any offers. So it's just we couldn't have spent too much on them. And that was just the reality of it.
This one of our trolls. This is more realistic than what was the last one? It was like 30-14. Bengals 72, Jets 0. That seems about right.
0 for the Jets. It's being a little generous, honestly.
All right, 3. Let's say 72-3.
No, I meant -7. What? No.
Oh no! Somehow the Jets would be the first team to figure out how to lose points.
Did they run backwards?
Well, did you see it? Was it our last game? I forget if it was our last game or the game before that, but we scored a total of like, I don't know, 11 points or something to that effect. 6 of those points were off of 2 field goals. One was because we got a fumble in, I forget what game it was, but we got the ball at like the 30-yard line, 3 and out, kicked a field goal. So we were basically gifted that 3 points.
Yeah.
Then the other 3 we got because we had an outstanding run back to like the 40 or the 30. We went 3 and out. Nick Folk kicked a field goal. So once again, offense didn't earn them at all. It was luck that got us those 6 points. We got 3 points to make it 9 with an actual drive that got us into field goal range. The other 2 points we got was because, maybe it was against Denver, They were backed up. They had a holding call in their own end zone, so they got a safety. So we were gifted, of our 11 points, we were gifted 8 of them.
Did you also see that in the Minnesota game? Apparently, the field goal that we missed by like 7, it was a 53-yarder, and that's like a chip shot, honestly, for Will Reichard. He's been really good for us this year. He's actually nailed about, I think, 4 or 5 59-yard field goals. They think it actually hit the wire again, and that's why it fell short, because he would never fall short.
Oh, I think I did see that, and they didn't call
That's
it.
the second
right?
one that's hit a wire for him, and it's like, why are that shouldn't count as a missed field goal? Honestly, like, yeah, you can't go back and give them points, which I'm fine with, but at the same time, you can't count that against him as a missed field goal if you're not setting up your things correctly.
Well, shouldn't that immediately go to an instant replay where they can see if it hits so they can re-kick?
Yeah, like that one wasn't as obvious as the other one, but because I heard about it after the game. But the other one, it was like, how the heck did they not even try looking at that? That was the most not natural shot arc I've ever seen.
Cousin Kenny comes in, says this kid at A&M is impressive. Watching him right now. He's talking about Reed. There we go. Like I said, the problem with this upcoming draft is there's no standout number one. So the Jets are not good at picking a quarterback in like the top 3. I mean, Sanchez was as good as the team around him, which was good. But Sanchez was no great quarterback. He was good. He did what he needed to do.
But the defense got them to those AFC championships.
Yeah, and he had a great team around him. Then we had Sam Darnold. We had Zach Wilson. Like, these are all of our top 3 picks. And it's like the Jets don't have a history of picking well in the draft. And there's like, from what I'm seeing, there's like 3, 4, 5 quarterbacks that are all kind of on that level that all could go anywhere between 1 and 5 as a quarterback.
Yeah, right now they're whooping up on LSU 35-18. Reed looks like he's got 304 total yards with 4 total touchdowns.
Yeah, I like this. Flex the Jets out of the season. That would lead to a lot less my blood pressure would lower. I wouldn't get like an ulcer. I wouldn't get agita. I wouldn't get less headaches. So YouTube user, I'm not completely against that. What does that say? Lunatics 1990. I'm a Bengals fan, brother. We love to give every opposing QB their career days. Our defense will make sure your team stays in it. Have you been watching the Jets? Because the Jets do the
exact
same thing.
You guys can intentionally try to make them look good, and in Fields, I'm sorry, it's not going to happen, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, man. The Bengals are you're looking at a win tomorrow. I'm being truthful as truthful can be. I have no, like I said to Maddie, I have hope in the Jets, but I have no faith in the Jets. There's a big difference. Without Garrett Wilson, Bengals are going to stack the box. Yeah, absolutely. He was the only weapon we had. Mason Taylor has done okay here and there. Other than that, who's going to be our number 1 receiver? Alan Lazard, probably. Like Alan Lazard. I mean, the guy drops more passes than anybody I've ever seen. What is going on? Do you have like a vibrator going on?
No, I was just gonna say my laptop started. Apparently, it's just making that noise. So I'm trying to move the mic away from it.
Jeez, this sounds like something kinky's going on over there.
Oh yeah, so much here.
There we go. Lunatic says, "I love wrestling. WWE has been so bad these past few months. What are your thoughts?"
Uncreative. It's just been by the numbers, and I think that they're so used to all that money coming in right now. They're printing money with their events and how much they've raised the ticket prices. They're pricing families out, but they're not really putting in much effort in the creative, unfortunately. So.
I guess he's just gotten in or has only come in the last few minutes. Remind everybody what's coming on Halloween.
The name of the podcast will be the Shep and Sean Pro Wrestling Podcast. It will be on Twitter at Shep and Sean, ShepAndSean. Obviously, you can follow me on Twitter at Sean Neutron. Brad's still figuring out the platform. Obviously, we're going to try to get on here on YouTube. And a few others. So we're going to try to figure that out.
Spotify?
Yeah, hopefully. And
okay, because I use Spotify. That's why.
He's, so he's really putting it together. And that's why it was easy for me to join, because if I just have to be a co-host, then yeah. So it's and so once again, that's going to be, I'm not sure what time, but Friday night, October 31st on Halloween. And we'll have them once a week. We're not going to be sitting here trying to, I think there's a trouble that like these daily content creators try to do is put out too much content and they forget the quality. And we're not here to try to get like, bi-week, like 2 a week, or try to do all these daily things. Like that just kind of kills the novelty, in my opinion.
Nutty Squirrels got it. Nobody sucks more D than Dolphins fans, especially since they have the gayest uniforms ever in the history of any sport. I mean, Sean, can you give me a uniform in the Big Four that is softer looking than the Miami Dolphins? I mean, are there any teams that use pink and purple as their colors? Because that would
I know the Timberwolves new alternates. They're the ones that bring back the Purple Rain. It's like a light violet. They actually look kind of nice, but that is like to answer your question, that's a use of those colors. The Dolphins, it's funny enough. It's like I actually like the color orange and I like the color teal. Together, just depends, But
and the fact that their mascot is a dolphin.
You know what? The worst. I think we should talk about this before. The worst mascot in sports. It's the Seattle Kraken, and it's like something fairy. And I'm like, your mascot is the coolest mascot.
No. A Kraken is like a sea like creature.
No, I know. That's what that is. And that's the coolest mascot. I mean, coolest team name, logo, colors in the whole.
Oh, you're talking about their actual mascot.
Their actual physical mascot in the arena is something called, I forget the name of it, but it's some sort of something fairy. And it's the wimpiest, stupidest little thing. And it's like super woke Seattle, Washington BS. When you have a really cool alternate S with the I, and it's you could have done so much more.
Look, Lunatics comes in and gives you his Mount Rushmore for post 2000s: Triple H, John Cena, Randy Orton, and Undertaker.
The fun part about this is you can get those guys who were coming into their own around the year 2000. So just because they didn't have to start in 2000. But these main eventers, and you could have all sorts of arguments, and you could say even throw in Batista, Randy Orton, Brock Lesnar, obviously Roman Reigns, and then if you want to get creative, you can mention guys like AJ Styles, Bryan Danielson, Edge. They all had pretty prominent careers post 2000. And it's just a fun chat, in my opinion. I think the other one is kind of limits you, in my opinion, to like 5 or 6 guys. No one ever really agrees on the actual Mount Rushmore, but it's just a conversation that's just gotten old after a while.
Just go whip it through some of the. I'm just trying to get down in some of these comments. Obviously, YouTube user, man, you're pushing it, buddy. I don't want to do it, but I may have to. Look, I want you in here, and I will say that over and over again. And this show will be the last time that I give you the chance. I have no problem with it, but when you're running out my people who want to actually talk and talk about the Jets, talk about, all you're doing is coming in here and just writing nonsense and just shitting on people, and that's not cool. Like it draws a point when you hurt my show that people don't want to come into the chat, or people don't want to super chat or things like that. That is where I have to draw the line. And you have been with us for over a year, I feel like, at this point. And when you came back after the off season, I was completely down with that. Like, I welcomed you and Scott Black back with open arms. But I have to. This is going to be like a final warning, where I don't. The reason I'm at a loss for words is because I don't want to do it. I don't want to kick anybody off, but you're spamming, you're attacking people in the chat, and that's just, it's not what this is about. You can talk shit about the Jets, but you're talking shit about people personally and spamming so much that they're being like, you know what, it's not worth it. And that's not cool for the show. Like, if you like coming on my show and talking shit, that's awesome. So do that, but do it so that I don't have to, what is, I don't want to necessarily a ban, but like a timeout or something like that.
And the unfortunate part too is you have to waste time on your show right now, like talking about it. And it's unfortunate because people just want to come in and have a good time. We give you the freedom to say whatever you want, but at the same time, when you're just doing things that are just completely counterproductive to the chat and just absolutely killing the mood. I can't really disagree with Mike at all. It's his show, and if he wants to do that, he's giving you fair warning. It's not like he just kicked you off right away. He's giving you plenty of warning between this week, last week. So I'm all aboard.
Greg comes on. Can you imagine if the Jets actually win? Flacco should have 500 yards, but maybe this is a trap game that tricks the fans enough to think that this season will be salvageable. For the Jets, the season's already over for the Jets. Let's start off right there.
Even if they were to win.
Yeah, they could win out, and what would they be? 10-7, barely make the.
They'd also, a win streak like that would just take out so much energy from you could add some energy, but at the same time, win streaks before the playoffs are always kind of a fool's gold.
There's now. Could the Jets win tomorrow? Any given Sunday. You never know. But look, Fields could come in and play like he did against Pittsburgh in that first week. Or he could come in and play like the 5 other games he started. So, my money's on the 5 other games. But it is what it is. And you know what? I don't know if I said this while Sean was on or while Maddie was on, but I said, wouldn't it be fucking funny if the Jets, with like Brady Cook coming in to take over for Justin Fields, without Garrett Wilson, without Sauce Gardner, end up winning this game? Like, that would make, that would really be embarrassing for the Bengals. I would actually feel for Bengals fans at that point.
That would be pretty bad. But looks like he says, Mikey, I'm taking a break from this chat. Your fans are weak. No, I don't think the fans are weak whatsoever. I think you're the weak one, having to be trolling people constantly.
All right. Well, if he wants to go, that's fine. I don't mind, because you're not doing anything productive. Awesome. Here we go. Hold on. Cousin Kenny coming in. Here we go. He gets the Jets chant. Jets. Cousin Kenny coming in and saving us. Thank you, Kenny. Donating $20, the amount in YouTube users' bank account. That's good. And when you donate over $10, I always throw a nice little Jets highlight in here with the Jets chant. Let's do Ken O'Brien to Wesley Walker, because I know Cousin Kenny's an old school Jets fan. Here we go. All right. I appreciate that.
Hey, YouTube user, right back at you, buddy. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Oh, I thought he was leaving.
Apparently, he got to get his words in now.
All right. There we go. He earned it. Oh, boy.
Stuff like that actually used to bother me years ago, but I've just gotten to I'm 38 now, and I'm like, I don't care. We're going to disagree. We're going to have our fan bases, our loyalties. There's nothing you could really say to me that's going to make me think any differently about myself, or just make me think negatively. There's too much in life that can affect us that we can't control, that are more big deals than a YouTube chat room.
No, look again. Here we go. Scott Black, one of our trolls, comes in with $2. Jets
That's
suck.
the kind of trolling we like.
I know that's good trolling, and even if he didn't donate the $2, I'd still put up comments like this. I have absolutely no problem with that. So there you go. Jets suck, but you know what? You still get a Jets chant. There you go. Jets. Scott Black, thank you. I appreciate that, buddy. As a Bengals fan in the 90s, I understand how strong Jets fans must be. Bengals have been through some shit, but once again, I will say this again. I mean, you guys had some good teams. I mean, I honestly had super high hopes when the Jets got Boomer Esiason from the Bengals, and he's just another quarterback in the list of quarterbacks who have just were great, came to the Jets, sucked, or were on the Jets, sucked, went to another team, played great. Sam Darnold, Geno Smith, list goes on and on. Look at Joe Flacco. He had his best games not with the Jets. I think he had one really good game with the Jets. I think we were playing the Bengals. Was that him or was that Mike White? I think that was Mike White. I don't remember. It is what it is. But thank you, Scott. I appreciate that. Yep. Kenny, you got the Kenny O'Brien. There you go. Love me some Al Toon. Hell yeah, Dino. Al Toon. Awesome.
Me and Kenny are related, by the way.
Oh, you what is it? Great uncle or Uncle Kenny O'Brien?
Yeah, that's the new gimmick.
All right. Well, okay. So anyway, we're coming up towards the end here. Sean, I appreciate you coming on. I guess your game. Who do you guys have next week? Who do the Vikings have next week? Did you say the Bears? Oh, Detroit.
I think it's in Minnesota.
Oh.
Either way, it doesn't matter. They're going to be the large favorites. I'd probably give them 6.5 points. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the spread yet, but that seems pretty fair. They deserve it. They're a great team, and what's his face? I mean, the running back Gibbs is just an absolute beast. Montgomery can show up out of nowhere and get you 2 touchdowns. Their defense is solid. Great coach. So there's no reason why I should have too much optimism, even at home.
Yeah, I hate to tell you this, Sean. I have zero optimism that the Vikings could beat the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions are going to have like 50 points.
I hope not that bad. I hope we at least put up some fight. If we're going to lose, put up some fight. But
what was the? I know it was a lot, but what was the ending score of the Chargers game?
37-10. We made.
If the Chargers can put up 37 on you, the Lions can put up 50.
They could. Yeah, I'm not saying they couldn't. I'm just saying I hope it doesn't happen that badly. We made Justin Herbert look like prime Michael Vick. The way I think he ran for 77 yards on us, and we could not cover the middle of the field for passes, for rushes. We didn't have a QB spy all night long, even after he kept gashing us for yards. And I think that Detroit, it's they can put up points. And I think if JJ comes back, your goals are to make sure JJ tries to look as best as possible. We need to see some sort of progress. We just haven't been able to see it yet, and it's unfortunate because if you were to get injured again, then you have to start talking about, okay, is that going to be the main concern now? He can't even stay on the field.
Real quick, Scott Foster. Good to see you, Scott. I was watching you guys last night on Dano's show, and I always enjoy that. You guys are one of the only Jets shows at the Danger Zone that I try to always catch. There's other shows, obviously, like Ian from Jet Central, but he doesn't really do live shows. He just does updates. And then Green Bean, obviously, I've been watching. He's been doing some really great stuff. But you guys, I always try to check you guys out because I'm always sitting out back having a drink or whatever.
Ryan, I didn't say that the Lions couldn't win. I said I hope they don't win 50 to whatever, I didn't say that wasn't a possibility, but it's just as a fan, I'm optimistic that hopefully it won't happen.
Says JJ was average at Michigan.
He made a few plays here and there, but I mean, it was more system based, and we traded up to get him, and now we're just trying to see what we have with him. And you're gonna give it an effort, and if you're gonna quit on him after 2 games, why would you make all those moves to try to make him your guy? And then at that point, then you'd have to say, then you should have signed Darnold or you should have signed Daniel Jones. But you went all in on JJ, and you have to give him the rest of the season, as long as he's healthy.
There you go. That could give you a little bit of hope there, right?
Yeah.
Real quick, I promised this earlier, and I'm glad I didn't forget. Sean, I'm about to show you, or at least I'm going to bring up Joe Namath's all-time stats. So here we go. As you can see, Joe Namath's career stats included 27,000 passing yards, 173 touchdowns, 220 interceptions, and he had a career passer rating of 65.5 and a 50.1 completion percentage. So
and the Super Bowl.
Well, that's the thing. Joe Namath got into the Hall of Fame specifically because of that game. Because if he doesn't win that game, what makes anyone think that those stats are good enough for the Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
Now, I love Joe. I have his jersey. He's our hero. But let's be real.
You gotta be honest, yeah.
220 interceptions. That's
how many seasons did he play?
13.
So that's.
But he has that's like 50 more interceptions than touchdowns. A 65 quarterback rating.
That's all, 13 or 14 interceptions a year.
I'm not good at math.
I know it's often more than 10 because.
Ali, what's up, man? Tuning in way late. Sorry. Don't worry. You can watch the replay. Check it out. I haven't tried to think about the Jets very much this week, if I'm being honest. Yeah, I understand that. That makes, as a matter of fact, most of the week I have checked out a lot of Jets content and Jets radio and stuff like that, but I've been focusing on my New Jersey Devils. I'll be honest.
I should just focus on anything but sports these days. West Virginia football is terrible. Vikings are right now terrible. The Rockets have started 0-2. While I still have optimism for them, it's not the start you want. So right now, I should just give up on sports altogether.
My point was drafting a quarterback is a crapshoot. Absolutely. And the Jets aren't good at it. The Pats stumbled upon a pot of gold. That's why I'm saying just play Brady Cook. I'm not saying he's going to be Tom Brady, but you have him here. The season's already over. Let's just play. Why not? Why not? Especially now that Tyrod's hurt and he should be the backup to Justin Fields. Maybe we'll see some Brady Cook tomorrow and have some fun. We'll see. But Sean, thank you so much for being on. We're going to get the hell out of here. I appreciate it. If you're available Monday, we will be here. And like I said, folks,
and I'll give you the graphic of the logo to promote. So,
oh, absolutely, I will definitely bring that up. And just let you know, Sean should be on for a little bit. Maddie should be on for a little bit. I got confirmation from Honest Abe that he might be on or he'll be on for a little bit. But folks, this Wednesday, you guys have asked me, hey, Mike, when are you going to do an all-nighter? Wednesday, October 29th, Midnight Mike Show's Halloween sleepover, start time 8:30 p.m. Football talk. We're going to be watching Night of the Living Dead, George Romero. That's going to be probably around the midnight hour after I get my guests out and whatever. And I got a bunch of other fun stuff to watch and listen to and critique, and we're going to have a lot of Halloween fun. And I hope you guys are here. I can't promise I'll do the full 12 hours, but I can promise that this will be the longest live Midnight Mike Show that I've ever done. So we're going to go deep into the night and have a great time. Sean, once again, thank you very much. What is it? October 31st, Shep and Sean, correct?
Pro Wrestling Podcast.
There you go.
And at Shep and Sean on Twitter.
Oh, is that, did you guys change the handle from the one that I followed with the bear?
Yeah, it's the same. Yeah, you're still following the same Twitter account,
Okay.
But once we changed the show name, that it was my idea actually. And so because it has more of a ring to it, I think.
Oh no, I like it. I actually, I told you, I liked both names, but I just wanted to make sure I was following the thing. And one last thing, it may just be one game, but there it is. Joe Namath, look at that ring. He's got it, and he's in the Hall of Fame. So that's all.
I'd do the same thing if I were him.
Absolutely. Sean, have a good night.
Thank you, Mike.
All right, folks. Once again, this is the Midnight Mike Show every Saturday night at 9 p.m. tomorrow after the game, after the Jets take on the Cincinnati Bengals. I will be on as soon as possible with my most up-to-date reaction video on the game. And once again, I expect to come in here seething, but maybe we'll be surprised. Maybe we'll be surprised, and the New York Jets can pull something out tomorrow. Will they? Probably not. But it is what it is, and we can always hope. Like I said, I've said several times during this show that the New York Jets, I always have hope, but I have zero faith in the New York Jets. So I'm hoping as much as all of you guys who are Jets fans, hit the like button on your way in or out. It helps out the show. It helps out Maddie. It helps myself. Thank you, everybody who threw in super chats tonight. I really do appreciate that. Matt Wilson, Titan Fighter, Scott Foster, Cousin Kenny, Scott Black, all of you guys, thank you so much for helping and supporting the show. It does mean a lot. And But the thumbs up, man, the thumbs up is free, and it means the world. Just hitting that thumbs up and showing your support for the show. Somebody let Michael Lando know YouTube user ain't around no more. I gave him way too many chances. And I wanted him here. I really did. You know, when he's controlled to the point where he just talks shit intermittently to me and Maddie and whatnot, he's a blast. But when he's spamming and, you know, attacking commenters till they leave, that affects my show. That affects my bottom line. That affects, and I probably had to, like a dad with a kid, because YouTube users like a little kid. You have to like sit him down and talk to him. You have to sit him down and be like, now listen, don't be a little jerk, you know, like to random people you don't know. You know, he's the kind of asshole who goes into a business, goes into a restaurant, and thinks he can scream, yell, or whatever and not get kicked out. He thinks he can go into a restaurant and like go up to a table and just harass people at a table. And the restaurant's like, look, we want your business. We want you in here, but we can't have you. It is what it is. I am Midnight Mike, and I can't wait to see all of you guys next time. Tomorrow reaction video, Monday night, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. We'll be back with the reactions to the Jets versus the Bengals. See you next time.